to introduce the piece a little bit, and originally I was going to read from the ending, but the ending is dark, gloomy, and tragic at best, and I thought that would be sort of a low way to end this evening, full of very intelligent and witty writing. So instead I'm going to read from the beginning, when things are still looking up for our ill-fated protagonist. So it all goes swiftly south from here, but these are the good days in this little short story that I wrote, I should say, some years back, when I had the good fortune to meet an amazing American writer named Toni Morrison. And she asked me if I could send her some writing, and I said, yes, as you do. And then I was looking through the pages and pages and pages and pages of short fiction that I'd written between the ages of 4 and 27, and I couldn't find anything suitable to send her. So I thought that I would write something new, and I ended up writing this. Okay. The Sex Lives of African Girls began inevitably with Uncle. There you are, 11, alone in the study, in the dark, in a cool pool of moonlight at the window. The party is in full swing on the back lawn outside. Half of a crowd must be out there in production. Some 50-odd tables dressed in white linen table skirts, the walls at the periphery all covered in lights, the swimming pool glittering with tea lights and bowls bobbing lightly on the surface of the water, glowing green. The smells of things, night-damp earth, open grill of frangipani trees, citronella, seeping through the windows, slightly cracked. You tap the glass lightly and wave your hand, testing, but no one looks up. They can't see for the dark. It rained around 4 for 5 minutes and not longer. Now the sky is rich black for its cleansing. Beneath it, a suku span shows off the latest from Congo, the lead singer wailing in French and Lingala. She ought to be ridiculous. Little leopard print shorts, platform heels, hot pink half top, two half arms of bangles. Instead, wet with sweat and moon, trembling, ascendant, all movement and muscle, she is fearsome. It is a heart-wrenching voice, cutting straight through the din of the chatter, forced laughter, clinked glasses, the crickets. She is shaking her shoulders, hips, braided extensions. She is the most genuine intentions of any woman out there, and they. Their bright boobas adorn the large garden like odd, brilliant bulbs that bloom only at night. From the dark of the study, you watch with the interest of a scientist observing a species, a small one, rich African women, like Japanese geisha, and wax petite galets, their skin bleached too light. They are strange to you, strange to the landscape, the dark, with the same polished skill set of rich women worldwide. How to smile with full lips while the eyes remain empty. How to hate with indifference. How to love without heat. You wonder if they find themselves beautiful or powerful or perplexing, as they seem to you watching from here. The young ones sit mutely, sipping foam off their maltas, waiting to be asked to go dance by the men in full suits, shoving cake into their mouths when they're sure no one's looking. It rained around 4, no one sees for the dark. Their bolder ones preening, little aunties in training, being paraded around the garden, introduced to parents' friends. This is Abena, our eldest, just went up to Oxford. This is Mame, the lawyer, she trained in the States. Then the push from the mother, the tentative handshake. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. How is your son? You wonder if they enjoy it. You can't tell by watching. They all wear the same one impenetrable expression, eyebrows up, lips pushed out, nostrils slightly flared, in poor imitation of the 1990s supermodel. It is a difficult expression to pull off successfully the long, suffering look of a woman bored with being looked at. The girls in the garden look more startled than self-satisfied, as if their features are shocked to be forming this face, but their dresses, wet dresses, they belong on the cake trays, as bright, sweet and frothy as frosted desserts, the lacy up and downs with sequins, tiny mirrors and bell sleeves, the rage in a crowd is Christmas. It's the related complications, tying the gele, the head wrap, wrapping, then trying to walk in the ankle-length skirt, the troubling fact that you haven't got hips yet to showcase, that puts you off them. You can barely manage movement in the big one-piece booba you borrowed from Comfort, your cousin, under duress. The off-the-shoulder neckline keeps slipping to your elbow, exposing your troublingly flat chest. Absent breasts, the hem hangs and gets caught underfoot, a malfunction exacerbated by your footwear, also Comforts. Gold leather stilettos, 2 sizes too small, with a thick crust of sequins and straps of no use. been tripping and falling around the garden all evening, with night-damp earth sucking at the heels of the shoes, the excess folds of the booba sort of draped around your body, making you look like a black Statue of Liberty, except the Statue of Liberty wears those comfortable sandals and doesn't get sent to go fetch this and that, which is how you've now found yourself alone in the study, having stumbled across the garden, being noticed as you went. Little pretty thing, solitary, making haste for the house with the shuffle-shuffle steps of skinny girls in women's shoes, and while you tripped as you entered, snagging the hem with your heel, the cloth yanked from your chest as you fell to the rug and lay. The dry quiet, a sharp, sudden contrast to the wet of the heat and the racket outside, and, as sharply and as suddenly, the consciousness of nakedness. Eve, after apple, your bare, breastless chest. How strange to feel naked in a room not your own, and not stepping from the bath into the humidity's embrace, but here cold and half naked in the leather-scented darkness, remembering the morning, the rain around 4. This was moments ago, nakedness, as you lay, having fallen, the conditioned air chilly and silky against your chest, against your nipples. 2 points you'd never noticed before, but considered very deeply now, nipples and yours. The outermost boundaries of a body, the end point, where the land of warm skin meets the sea of cold air, shore. You lay on your back in the dark on the floor, like that, newly aware of your nipples. Presently, the heart-wrenching voice floating up from the garden, Je t'aime, maman, je t'aime. You sat up. You listened for a moment, as if to a message, then kicked off the sandals and stood to your feet. You went to the window and looked at the singer in flight on the stage to the high note, Je t'aime. Indeed. So it is that you're here at the window, when 5 minutes later he enters the room, his reflection appearing dimly on the window before you, not closing the door, in the silvery dark. You think of the houseboys, with their lawn chairs in an oval, reading Othello in thick accents, uncle watching with pride. Demand me nothing. What you know, you know. From this time forth, I will never speak word. Likely not. With the thing come together, the pattern emerging, the lines, circles, secrets, lies, hurts, back to this, here, the study. Where else, given the fabric, the pattern, the stars, what to say? Enter uncle.